5 o'clock. We're going to call the Police and Fire Commission to order. Thursday, March 21st, 2019, in the City Chambers. Take a roll call. All members present. Anything from...
Is Dean here?
No. Anything from Dean? No. So mark that way. Everybody stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we'll move to item number 4 on the agenda, the minutes from December 20th, 2018 meeting. Just a couple changes here. In attendance, we'll list as commissioners there. Dean didn't have an excused absence to my knowledge at that meeting. And after the roll call, add the Pledge of Allegiance. And I make a motion to approve the minutes as amended. There's, you want to second it, Terry?
Oh, somebody, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll second it.
Terry seconds it. Beverly?
Aye.
Terry?
Aye.
Adam?
Aye.
Russ, aye. Motion passed. Let's move to item number 5, report from Police Chief. Mick?
I got nothing for you tonight.
You got nothing for me tonight. Okay. Let's move on to number 6. Final confirmation of TJ Adams as non-probationary police officer.
So TJ is present here tonight, and his probation, his 1-year anniversary was on the 19th. As you may know, if you've seen in the paper, that he was the 2018 Lake Mills Police Officer of the Year, which was voted on by the all staff members, which I wholeheartedly concurred with. He's done an outstanding job for us. He went through the 3-month training period in 2 months, and he's been lighting it up ever since. We've been working hard, making a lot of contacts, but they've been very positive contacts. We've gotten a lot of great feedback from the community, and he's volunteered to do things in the community. We did a one of the coolest ones I liked is he did a shop with a cop, where he volunteered to go and help a underprivileged kid get some Christmas presents, and it's just that kind of stuff that's shown what a great person he is, what a great police officer he is, and I'm excited about his future.
Wonderful.
Congratulations.
I think we should vote on him first, though.
I'll make a motion to accept him as a police officer.
We'll call Beverly.
Aye.
Terry. Adam.
Aye.
Russ, aye. Congratulations, TJ. Let's move on to item 7. I think we just have to make a note of resignations, correct? You don't need anything more because it's in the file, correct, Dan?
Correct.
Okay. I think we do vote on the fact that we just accept the resignations.
How many are we talking about?
We had 2 part-time officers resign. Tom Richardson, who I think you guys approved at the December meeting, and then also Mitch Bruss, who had been on our roster for about 1.5 years, but he had gotten a full-time position down in West Milwaukee, and he was not allowed to work here while he was on probation. And near the end of his probation, he realized that he just was not going to be able to come back here and fill in hours, so he turned in his resignation.
So I'll make a motion to accept the resignations of those 2 officers.
I'll
Is there,
second that.
roll call, Beverly,
Yes.
Terry,
Aye.
Adam,
Aye.
Russ, aye. So we'll pass that. We'll move on. We'll move on to item number 10, final confirmation of Sheldon King as non-probationary firefighter.
You jumped a couple, I think.
Oops, did I skip something? Oops, I'm sorry. 8, I'm jumping way ahead, sorry. Let's.
Take your time.
Yes, I need a new prescription, I see. Discussion of PFC rule number 2, hiring process for the police department. do you want to just enlighten us on how you want to take this? And then we're going to, obviously, if there's questions, Mick, we'll ask them, and then coming in April, we'll,
Yeah, what my request would be to have a work session sometime in April at your guys' leisure to discuss rule number 2 in regard to the hiring of new police officers. There are a couple things that I'd like to do to maybe expedite the procedure from a lot of the training that I've been attending, the new chiefs training, the chiefs conference, and even the recent chiefs meeting that I was at. Everybody is talking about how difficult it is to find good qualified people, and when you do find them, you have to be able to jump on that quickly because they're in such short supply. So I'm hoping there's a couple things we can do to reduce the time frame. I know with Brandon Hanley's hire, from the time that we went to fill the position to the time he actually started was a 5-month procedure, and I'm hoping to be able to cut a couple months out of the middle of that. So.
do we need to table this, Dan, or is this just, we just move on to the next?
There's no
Oh,
action.
Okay, no action, okay. All right, we'll get to number 9, report from Fire Chief. That would be you, Todd. Do you have anything?
No, nothing to report other than what's,
So we'll go to number 10 then? We'll get to number 10 again here. Final confirmation of Sheldon King as non-probationary firefighter.
so, I'm asking for your confirmation of Sheldon to be recognized as a member of the fire department. He has successfully completed his 1-year probation. Sheldon, if you remember, was a transfer from Lodi Fire, so he came to Lake Mills already certified. So from day one, he was an asset and continues to be an asset, especially during the day when our needs are the greatest. So I would ask for your confirmation here tonight.
Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Beverly makes a motion, Terry seconds. Roll call, Beverly.
Aye.
Terry.
Aye.
Adam.
Aye.
Russ, aye. Congratulations. Then we move on to item number 11, confirmation of Nycole, Garman, and Nicholas Klotz as probation firefighters.
Nycole Garman has since resigned from the fire department for personal reasons, so she will not be getting confirmed this evening. But I would ask that Nicholas Klotz be confirmed as a probationary member. Nicholas started his entry-level training, I believe it was January the 10th. We'll be finishing up entry-level in a couple weeks, Thursday, April the 11th. He'll be done with his 60-hour entry level. His class will be moving into the 16-hour hazardous material operations class right after that. So all he'll have left to complete next fall will be the 36-hour firefighter 1. But he's off to a good start and doing a nice job.
All right, so I'll make a motion to approve Nicholas Klotz as probation firefighter.
I'll second.
Aye.
Beverly, aye. Terry.
Aye.
Adam.
Aye.
Russ,
I
aye.
just want to
Oh, okay, I'm
add
sorry.
that he completed or passed his medical exam and drug screening
Okay.
back in January as well.
All right, so there's no conditions, okay.
We had a 4-0 vote there.
Yes.
Yes.
And then we'll move on to item number 12, the conditional confirmation of firefighter Lance Pro. We'll go Lance P.
Lance is not here tonight. He
Okay.
is a firefighter paramedic with the city of Janesville and is working a 24-hour shift. So that's why he's not here, but he will, again, be a transfer, already certified firefighter 2, driver operator, aerial operator, paramedic. So he's got all the state certifications that are needed. With that being said, I would ask the commission to waive the medical exam for Lance because he's already proven to be able to pass the NFPA medical physical, which is occupational physical for firefighters. But again, that's me asking for that. He is open to doing or taking the exam if that's what you would like, but it would save me some money and time, but I would ask that he still takes the drug screen.
Okay, so this would be a conditional on the drug screen and whether or not we want a physical. Is there any discussion on?
He's currently active.
Correct.
He's currently active. I mean, if he's, my thoughts, if he's currently active and doing the job, he's proven his physical at a different city, that there's not much risk of problems there.
The rules do allow a request from a waiver, for a waiver from the chief, so.
Anyone else have discussion against? I'll make a motion to move forward with that pending the medical screening, and we can waive the physical.
You mean the drug screening?
The drug screening, I'm sorry, yes, the drug screening, and waive the
I'll
physical.
second that.
Okay. And vote Beverly, Terry, Adam,
Aye.
Russ, aye. Okay, so he'll be approved conditional upon.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, so we gone through everything. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Perhaps we should discuss
Oh.
future agendas.
Okay,
If you have the time, there's been a change from the council level regarding the fire department. The existing status right now is a part-time chief, full-time deputy chief. The council last Tuesday accepted a resolution that changed the status of the fire department to a full-time chief and a full-time, with a subordinate full-time employee that is deemed a protective. It's a captain position. So if the PFC is going to meet in an executive session or a work session to discuss the rule regarding hiring processes for police, perhaps that would be a good time to go over the rules for hiring full-time employees with the fire department, and then engage in a process as quickly as possible to basically facilitate placement.
do we need to set a time tonight?
Well,
here?
I think
Yeah, we
this is a
should.
good
Okay.
opportunity, since everyone's
All right.
together, to start setting times.
I will put out that in April, I'm expecting a little bundle of joy. So I will be taking time off work, so I would be available unless it happens on the magical day that she arrives. So
Congratulations.
my April should be pretty open otherwise.
My opinion is the earlier in April that we get started on this with a work session, the better. When I looked at a calendar, the first date that jumped out to me was April 3rd. That's the first Wednesday of the month. Perhaps we could commit to a work session that evening.
Works for me.
5 o'clock?
So we're talking 5?
That's,
5 works for me. I think we shouldn't start too late. I don't know how long it's going to take to get through everything, so.
All right. 5 on Wednesday, the 3rd. Do we need to schedule another one at this point?
May I?
Yes, Mick?
Yes, I have a meeting that I don't feel I can miss that night. It is at 5 PM in this building. If I come in late, if you deal with fire department business first, would that be okay?
I think we can allow for that.
All right,
That makes sense.
thank you. I'll have my phone with me if you wrap up and I'm not there, just give me a call and I'll excuse myself, but I really need to be there, I feel.
If it doesn't work, if you think it's going to be a longer meeting, we can look at a different date. I mean, obviously, you're a crucial part of that, so.
I think the likelihood that there will be multiple work sessions necessary is pretty high. So perhaps we dedicate April 3rd to the fire department, when it's more convenient for the chief.
Because basically, we want to come up with something in April to bring to the regular PFC meeting, correct? if possible, for a final decision, or,
Be nice.
okay. In case we need to make another one, do we want to wait a week out, or what's, okay.
Keep the 10th open just in case.
Yeah, that's fine.
There is some flexibility there with regard to notice requirements. 24 hours notice is all that's really required. So if we go a series of days, however you as a commission want to accomplish it.
Chief Selk, do you have anything that would conflict on the 10th as a backup?
I do not. Like I said, I think this meeting is going to take about 45 minutes, but it's in regard to Captain Truman's death. I would really like to be present for that.
Yeah, noted. I think that's perfectly acceptable. Chief Yandere, do you think yours would take 45 minutes to go over that, or about half an hour, 45 minutes, if you want to try to do both in the night?
Well, what we're going to end up having to do is, we have no description as far as a full-time. There's if I look through rule number 3, Dan can help me a little bit, but the description is just totally part-time for chief right now for the fire department. So really, we got to start from scratch on everything. And Dan will provide us with information we need to know as far as state part of it. And
I think we work with the fire, and
Yeah.
Chief Selk joins us if we're still in session, and we can at least get an introduction to his for the next week, and we can go as needed from the 10th. We can start to build a foundation of what we need to approach. So at least we'll have an idea, if that works for everybody else.
Yeah, it's fine. And then if for some reason it goes into the following week, we still got the 17th and our regular meeting on the 18th. Okay. Anything else from anybody?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Meeting adjourned.